Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. As always, God evening, great night. Always glad to be with you. Glad to have the blessing of life to be here again to distract you guys from the liar and try to bring you guys some truth. Now, I want to real quick just take the time. I won't make this too long, but I want to reflect on, first of all, shout out to everybody in the comment section. Instagram, you're lit. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to everybody in the comment section. So many comments, I can't respond, but much love to everyone in the comment section. Much love to everybody in the world, but everybody that's been in the comment section, that has been giving me likes and keeping up with the content, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, and I will, when I get it time to go in the comments and respond and answer some questions as much as I can. In the future, I'll probably set something up live to where, you could comment to me right then and I could answer questions and stuff like that. But so what I want to talk about is what you never know when you're doing these things, what y'all gonna catch and what y'all gonna run with and be lit or whatever. But that's what it is. Now, when I was talking about Harlem, obviously that lit a match. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize what a flame that would have lit, but it's my home, so I could expect that. You know what I'm saying? I come from a very Harlem is a very unique place, let's put it like that. Not as big as what you think it is. It's a village, but our village is very special, and some very, very special people come out of it, and I happen to be one of them. Now, I want to, I said in the interview, shout outs to Herb McGruff and shout outs to Took the Boss, my brothers, 139th Street members, NFL members. I said in our interview that 139 was the strongest block in Harlem. I said one of the strongest blocks in Harlem. I said besides 142nd Street, everybody know 142nd Street, Lynch Mob, and 139th Street. Now, I said that from my perspective of what I seen during the years I grew up. So understand, when you speaking to me, you are getting 4 generations of knowledge. You're getting the 90s. You're getting the 2000. You're getting 2010 to 2020. And that you're getting now. So 3.5. You know what I'm saying? You're getting 3.5 years of history from when I stepped out on the porch. I'm 50 years old. I was pretty much was in the street from 15 years old, so you're getting that much history of what I saw, witnessed firsthand from where I come from, and that's Harlem. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna really give you guys the history of who I am, where I come from in Harlem, so it is no confusion of these eyes that is giving you this information. So you don't think that I'm biased in what I say. So let me give it to y'all straight. 144th Street, Lennox and 7th, much shout outs. That's my block. They would tell you, raised in 144th Street between Lennox and 7th. Why? Because when I was young, my parents, while they worked, I lived with my babysitter for long time, and even when I started staying at home with my parents when I was of age going to school, I still, after school every day, was with my babysitter on her block, and that was 144th Street. So from a baby all the way maybe to 12 years old, 13 years old, I was in 144th Street every day. So the guys in 144th Street I grew up with from children are like my brothers. Shout outs to Choppy, shout out to, I don't even want to go name names because I don't want y'all to be mad. Shout outs to 144th Street, Lennox and 7th. All y'all know on that block, y'all my brothers. Yeah, grew up on that block, born and raised. Remember I told y'all in Martin Luther King when I first went to the public school, and the public school was ran over with the guys that was fly with the leather jackets and gangsters and everything like that, and I was like a scared nerd kid, and I told you that the wolves appeared to protect me. That was 144th Street, 7th, and Lennox and 7th. Those was the guys that I grew up with that was already in high school doing their thing, rise to protect me because I grew up with them. So, shout outs to 144th, Lennox and 7th. Next, 116th Street, 8th Avenue, and Morningside. My dad lived there for many years. I grew up there because obviously I'm with my dad. You know what I'm saying? Now, my dad stayed there, and also guess who else stayed on that block or was always on that block? Same block. Alpo. I used to watch Alpo every day. Alpo was actually one of the first guys, you know what I'm saying, that I remember as a kid. That's a whole nother story for another time, that put some money in me and my homeboy little pocket, you know what I'm saying, for negative activities. But that's another story. I was only like 12 years old when that happened. But that's another story. But I grew up watching Alpo right on the block in the prime. You know, when every morning, I used to, from my window on 116th Street, he used to wheelie the bikes back and forth. And those that's got the comment section lit, go in the comment section, let these people know that Big is giving it up. We used to, in the morning, he was a superstar then. This is before all of this stuff. This had to be the 80s. You know, this was the 80s. This wasn't the 90s yet, in that prime yet. He used to, on the bike, you would hear early in the morning, wheelie in the bike, back and forth from Morningside to 8th Avenue. William grew up watching Alpo, 116th Street, you know. Next, shout outs to 110th Street, 1st Avenue, Cameron's grandmother building. That's my building too. My dad, after he moved from 116th Street, he moved to the building that he worked in all my life. Yeah. So I was always all my life in 1199 because my dad worked there. And my dad ended up moving there, you know, after a while. So I grew up in 1199 as well from my dad moved in there at 14. You know what I'm saying? But I was already being in 1199 because he worked there from before I was born. His headquarters, where his office was in Cameron's grandmother's building. Mike, Lorenzo, shout out to all of those dudes. Those are my cousins. They would tell you. So the whole 1199, you know what I'm saying? That whole thing, shout outs to them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's my family over there. Shout outs to Eric. Rest in peace, Esau. I can name so many names, forgive me, because yes, through the years, you know, things damage your brain. Listen to the children. You know what I'm saying? You know, marijuana smoke isn't good, you know, because little things, when you get older, it's hard, not as quick to remember names and stuff like that you would. That's real. But everybody know me, everybody know Bigger, and know what I'm saying is the truth. Yes, he's saying the truth. 1199. Grew up in 1199 as well. Duke the God calls my dad uncle. And shout outs to him too. Shout outs to all that whole set over there. Next, my uncle, my mother's brother, moved to, when I was a kid, 145th Street in Bradhurst. Actually, 146th Street in Bradhurst. What is that? Not Bradhurst. No, St. Nicholas. 146th Street in St. Nicholas. Now, the building that he moved in, guess who building that was? And guess who was in front of the building every day as a kid? I grew up watching them. The legendary AZ. Oh yeah, I know y'all say, the 132. Yeah, he was on 132, but he was always on 146th Street in St. Nicholas in front of the building every day. Every single day. I watched him growing up. I was the little kid when he used to, shout outs to AZ. You remember on every 4th of July, you used to take the whole entire St. Nicholas Avenue and turn it into the firework thing? Right now, every summer, those that follow me know I do a really big firework thing at my house. You know what I'm saying? I do every summer I do a big blowout, on fireworks. Where do you think I learned it from? Where do you think I got that idea from? Shout outs to AZ. When I was a kid, that meant a lot to us. We used to shut down those blocks on St. Nicholas and bring out those fireworks. I would be one of the kids that would be on the fire escape, going crazy. That was something, it was an amazing thing. I can't begin to explain to y'all. You had to be there to see. They used to do a whole block. It was like the whole St. Nicholas from as far as I could see out the window all the way down. He laced the whole block. Who knows how much he used to pay for that. So shout outs, to AZ 145th Street. I'm just giving y'all some history to let you know what these eyes done seen. So when I come on here and I say things and guys, certain people get in the comments with the slick lip, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving it to you straight up right now so you understand what these eyes have seen and what I know and who I've been with. We won't even go there. But, all right, so that's 145th Street. We already know, born and raised on 139th Street. So again, if you just look at how I just explained to you, I just gave you the whole entire, parameter of Harlem. From the east side to the west side, from the lower numbers to the upper numbers. I've lived and been on all of those blocks. I also, shout outs to 127th Street, St. Nick Projects, 7th and 8th. You know what I'm saying? That's home too. So, I could go on and think, more, but I want to run it like this. I am from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Harlem bred. When I'm out of town, when I was younger, that was what was posted up on my chest. Harlem, 139th Street. Harlem, USA. When I go out of town when I was younger and they told me when I was in certain situations, once they find out that you from New York, they gonna try to kill you. Don't tell them you from New York. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Everything about me is New York. Everything about me is Harlem. I can't hide it, can't wash it away. Now, shout outs to a lot of other places that I've been that I do consider second homes. Virginia, Georgia. Got love for North Carolina. Got love for that whole entire South Strip that we used to and our younger years run through. But I am from Harlem 139th Street. So yes, I'm going to give you the things that I say from the perspective of that child that grew up in Harlem and what I seen during the years that I saw it. But I love Harlem, the whole thing. With that said, I want to shout Harlem out. I want to first shout out my brother Karate Bruce. Bruce, I love you. 139, official born and raised member like myself. Many of you might know Bruce. Don't mess around, you know what I'm saying? You will see Bruce on the platform soon. Much love, Bruce. Bruce helped me make this list, you know what I'm saying? And we want to recognize Harlem and the blocks that we know in Harlem as me and him grew up, because we the same age, and that we know it is what it is. So we're going to start from the bottom and go up. We want to shout out 112th Street, Lenox Avenue to St. Nicholas. Official. Harlem. Don't get it twisted. Block that you don't want you to get any situation. 112 Lenox to St. Nicholas, my time growing up, official. Much shout out to you guys. 114th Street, Lenox and 7th, shout out to you guys. Much respect. 116th Street, the whole 116th Street. All the way from the east to the west, the whole 116th Street was nothing to play with. You know, now it's a little different. They changed from like Lenox Avenue to St. Nicholas now. It's almost a different population. But when I was growing up, the whole entire 116th Street, we can't even chop that up. You know what I'm saying? So that would be Morningside all the way down to First Avenue, 116th Street. Nothing to play with. We want to say 120th and Manhattan Avenue. We want to give shout outs to, that's 120th and 121st in Manhattan Avenue. Nothing to play with, official over there. Shout outs to 122nd Street, 7th Avenue, official. 132nd Street, 132nd Street from Madison Avenue all the way to 8th Avenue. Official. Always been. Shout outs to 132nd Street. Shout outs to Lincoln Projects. Shout outs to St. Nick Projects again, don't forget. 137th Street. 137th Street from Lenox Avenue all the way to 7th Avenue. Well, it's only Lenox to 7th. You know, 137th Street, Lenox to 7th. Shout out. We can't, you know, that definitely grew up. That's like a neighbor block, you know, very strong block, terrorized block, you know, yeah. Much shout outs to 137th. 127th from 5th Avenue all the way to 8th Avenue. Much respected block. You know what I'm saying? From 5th Avenue all the way up to 8th Avenue. Mind you, each of these are different blocks. Once you get like from 5th Avenue to Lenox is one block. From Lenox to 7th is another block. So when I say all the way up, these are different blocks, that's what's in. But the whole block, when I say the whole block, that means each of those blocks you went through was official. 140th Street between 7th and 8th. Listen, let me tell you about 140th when I was growing up. That was another block that you didn't even go in. You didn't even bother. Don't even bother going in that block if no one knew you. With my block, 139th Street, 142nd Street, 140th, 7th and 8th. The truth is, you couldn't go through those blocks. Those that know, talk about it. Put it in the comment. You couldn't walk through. You know what I'm saying? You could lose your life, and that wasn't nothing to brag on. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing that's like, it just was my life and what I grew up in, and what I had to experience, and what I'm sharing with you guys. 144th Street, as I already told you, my block as well. Shout outs from Lenox to 8th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? All the way up. You know what I'm saying? From Lenox to 8th Avenue. Nothing to play with. Much respect. 145th Street. The whole 145th Street, like 116th Street, is nothing that you could have chopped on 145th Street. In my time growing up, the Jamaicans controlled a whole part of 145th Street. From like, I would say from, what you guys want to get in and say, they control from like 8th Avenue up, you know, to like St. Nicholas. You know, like the Jamaicans had a whole section, and then you keep going up. 145th Street, oh boy, you know, definitely. The whole entire 145th Street. Much respect, much shout outs, Lenox all the way up. You can't take nothing out of that. 147th Street, between 7th and 8th. I ain't forget about you guys. Much respect. 147th Street, definitely. Another tough block. You know, another block that you didn't go through. 119th Street. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Cannot forget 119th Street. 119th Street from 5th to 8th. Boy, 119th Street back in the days on 7th Avenue especially. Oh boy. Shout outs to my brother Jamel. I don't know if he's still alive. You know, I got so many brothers from Harlem that are dead, that lost their life or ended up in jail. Strong dudes that I grew up with. So a lot of these dudes I don't even know is alive. These are guys I broke bread with and grew up with in high school and in my younger years. Shout outs to these guys. But I wonder if some of them are still alive because, yeah, you know, a lot of guys had lives that was a little bit unfortunate, tough stories. So shout outs to 119th Street, 5th to 8th Avenue. I also want to make light on 152nd Street. 152nd Street, 8th Avenue. Phew, boy, right now to this day, that area up there, still nothing to play with. You know, 152nd Street, 8th, St. Nicholas, all of that, those areas is, yeah, that's like still like a whole different part of Harlem. 153rd Street, 8th Avenue, same thing, all together. Now, 155th and 8th Avenue, Polo Grounds is where you're rolling through. Those that know, Polo Ground, they drank different water. You know what I'm saying? Polo Grounds was much shout outs, much respect to Polo Grounds. My guys that come out to Polo Grounds I grew up with. I hope you guys are still alive. I think about you guys every day. Sean, where you at, Sean? You know what I'm saying? He was my boy, another Sean. You know, your brother, Black. You know what I'm saying? Where you at, Black? You know, I wonder if you guys is still alive. Black, I think I remember seeing Black some years ago. Black was doing good. Black was working at a school. I was so happy. Black was like, when we was young, Black was like, you know, these guys was tough guys. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, about chaos and, you know, but shout out to those guys, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to y'all. I think about you guys. Polo Grounds, much respect to the Polo Grounds. Lastly, 157th Street, 8th Avenue. same thing. These guys, all deserve respect. And I want to just give a huge shout out to all of Harlem. I don't want you guys getting it twisted. Bigger love, Harlem. I am Harlem. So I just took the time to give all the blocks that I know and remember growing up from now, from then until now, the love and the proper respect. I said 139, but I am from Harlem. I'm from all the surrounding parts of Harlem. So shout outs to Harlem. Let's bind together. Let's work together, because we got a problem with being so jealous and hateful of each other. You know what I'm saying? And that has handicapped us. We're the most talented people probably on the planet, and I guess people will be mad because I said that, but it's kind of the truth, but let's bind together and do something. Let's stop hating each other, you know what I'm saying? Let's, nobody reaches out to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about none of that Harlem love that people be saying. Some of these people that are supposed to be who they are, supposed to be in Harlem, that know me very well, that I'm damn near, connected to in many ways, or different ones. They don't reach out to bigger, you know what I'm saying? I know I have an intimidating factor, you know what I'm saying, but it's not like that, I'm a loving person, I'm here to network, I'm here to do business, but some people want to deal with weak people. They want to deal with people that, I guess that they could take advantage of. I'm already a boss. You know what I'm saying? If it's no way to take advantage of me unless I allow it. You know what I'm saying? And in my first situation that I had, I allowed that to go on, and I allowed it to go on because of you guys, because the reaction that I got from you guys. I always knew that I wanted to eventually fight the liar, and I didn't never see that it might come through this, but I accept the platform, and I'm here for it, and I'm here to fight against the lie. So be prepared for the next episode where we go against the lie as always. And again, remember, as always, shout outs to Harlem and all the blocks. Shout outs to all the world, because ultimately we are the world. We are all one. Let's not separate ourselves and divide ourselves like that. We are all one. What we need to divide is the light from the darkness. That's what needs to be divided. Divide that. As I always tell you guys, the night is soon ending, and the sun shall rise. Peace.
Doing what I do and they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. Every time it's proved and they remind it. They remind it that they don't like it. If you don't like, they go to further like it. Further like it.
Never in the house.
Like it. But they know stupid games and stupid prizes, and they don't like it. No, they don't like it.
Don't approach me excited. I might get nervous, and I'm not liable for what I do to you if I'm nervous. Back you down, smack you around, empty around up in your punk ass clown. Me against you, now that's a slaughter. I give you your own blood to drink like water. I'm begging one of y'all niggas to get out of place, and I'ma have to shotty egg this in your face. Masked men with gas move in, your ass will get abducted by aliens. I got shit that'll pierce your vest. This shit ain't checkers, nigga. This is a game of chess. You lie, but I got the world lyrically crazy. She all in my ear like, go ahead, baby. Mr. Keith Murray, Death Squad, hard spitter. When they see me in the streets, they be like, that's my nigga. Keith so mean, I'm an MC goon. I scoop chicks like ice cream. My nickname should balls. My duty of it all is be the beauty of it all. Bigger!
I'm just doing what I do and they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. Every time it's proved and they reminded. They reminded that they don't like it. If you don't like they go to further ride it. Further ride it. They don't like it. But they know stupid games with stupid prizes. And they don't like it. No, they don't like it.
Time, money for time. Please keep it like the exchange, no crime. We all must die, it's biblical. I see your reflection, it's a miracle. United we stand, divided we fall. And you thought you was nice, lie recall. He said hip hop, so I said hooray. Treacherous rhymes like Keith Murray. Celestial will too, alien. Ain't no bail for the hell you in. He said, ease up, Jesus. I said, little G, need Jesus. Praise your life, you can die